Uh, okay, so I'll go on then to speak about our next school, which is Adcote School. So one of the main differences between Adcote and Middleton is that Adcote is an all-girls school, so a school just for girls. I know this isn't particularly traditional in Russia in particular and other countries in the region, but it may be an option that parents may not have considered. And as you will see from our academic results and our results at this school, it might be a pleasant alternative for you. So Adcote School is located near Shrewsbury, slightly more central in terms of the UK, and Shrewsbury is a very well-connected city in terms of transport. So just a 2-hour drive away from London, and then around 1 hour away from Birmingham, and Manchester. Usually our international students arrive into any of these 3 airports. I know at the moment from Russia there's no direct flights to those 2 airports, so just to London, but it's just a 2-hour drive away from London. So much more central and more connected in England, but still in a beautiful location. Unfortunately, there's no video, but there's just a snapshot of our main school building there. And this is surrounded by 30 acres of land. So Adcote is an award-winning independent girls' school, aged 7 to 18, same as Middleton College. So I say award-winning because this year we were awarded the Independent Schools Association Senior School of the Year Award for 2020, which is a very prestigious award in the independent school sphere. So this award is offered for a number of different aspects, including the academics, the extracurricular activities, the pastoral care in the school, all these different elements, and Adcote was able to achieve Senior School of the Year, having been a finalist for this category for the previous 2 years. So it was an excellent award for the school. As mentioned, it's located in Shropshire, so near Shrewsbury, and the school was founded in 1907. A similar international and national mix at the school, so around 75% British students, 25% international. And of our international students, we have students from 20 different nationalities, basically the same countries as I mentioned for Middleton College. As me and my colleagues, we are recruiting and doing admissions for both schools. There are excellent academic results at Adcote School. This is one of our key features with a specialism in STEM subjects. There is also a very strong focus on female leadership and management skills, which I'll explain later on. As of course I mentioned, Independent School Association Awards winner 2020. And we have an interesting learning program called CLEAR, which I'll explain in further detail. So why an all-girls school? Why would you decide to choose an all-girls school rather than a co-educational school such as Middleton College or another school in the UK? So our girls' school, girls have every opportunity, not just some opportunities, but all opportunities. Usually in co-educational schools, there is perhaps a stereotype that girls must study particular subjects, boys must study particular subjects. At Adcote School, this is not a thought in anyone's mind. Girls have the opportunity to study any subject that they would like to study or take part in any extracurricular activity that they want to do. This, of course, in turn breeds confidence in the classroom and in their extracurricular activities, as there's for example, no distractions from boys. I mean, as we all understand, boys and girls mature and grow in different ways and different ages. So Adcote allows girls to mature and grow up in their own way, and the education that they receive is tailored towards this. So this means that girls have every opportunity at Adcote School to take advantage of and go on to do great things with. So the CLEAR Learning Program I mentioned, this was introduced by our headmistress Diane Brown, who is a keen advocate for female leadership and management. So the CLEAR Learning Program actually stands for Confidence, Leadership, Engagement, Achievement, and Resilience. Now, all these different aspects actually complement each other amazingly. So for example, if a student is more confident in the classroom, they're more likely to be leaders. If they engage more in the classroom, they're more likely to be confident. If they achieve more through activities that they take part in, they're more likely to have built their resilience skills as they have learned to overcome many obstacles and become achievers and leaders in what they do. So all of these different aspects actually work well with each other, and they are embedded in all aspects of life at Adcote School. The school also has clear challenge days. So once every term, the students will have a challenge day where all students and teachers as well will take part in these different activities in their house groups. There are 3 houses at Adcote School, and they will take part in these activities that use all of these different aspects. So just as an example, in our previous challenge day, there was a simulated car crash. So there was no car crash, but a simulated one, in which a car had driven into a tree and it was broken. So the aim of the challenge day was for the students to fix the car. So they were taking the engine out of the car, they were fixing the parts that were broken and putting it all back together. So these activities are not traditional sort of challenge activities, group activities. They are really thinking out of the box activities. So all the students and teachers get involved and they work together to try and, for example, fix a car engine, or in previous activities there have been activities that are done out in the countryside or in the school territory. So they're great days for everyone that get involved as well. And of course, it builds on all of these different skills, the confidence, the leadership, and of course, engagement as well. So one of our key features at Adcote School is the academic excellence. So to give an example of our results, so this year, 91.8% of A-level students received grades A star to B, the highest grades in the A-level system. And we had a 100% pass rate at A-level, which of course is excellent. Just under 70% of our girls were accepted for top Russell Group universities, including Oxford and Cambridge. So every year our students go on to wonderful universities in the UK, and in previous years as well, we've had students go on to study in America as well, so at Princeton and New York University as well. Similarly to Middleton College, we also offer an immersion program. So for students that are perhaps curious as to studying at a British boarding school, or particularly an all-girls boarding school, we can offer a shorter program of half a term, or maybe a term or 2 terms, depending on your preference, which will give the girls an opportunity to, again, study alongside native English speakers, take part in all of these activities, and of course decide if they would like to study on further, or just take part for this time that they've selected. There will also be a summer camp taking part next summer. We are still awaiting the details from Adcote School, so once I have those details, I'll be very happy to share them with anyone that is interested. Some of the A-level options available at Adcote School, not as many as Middleton, but still excellent A-level subjects. As I mentioned, there is a very strong focus on STEM subjects, so I would say 2/3 of our students will study at least maths, biology, chemistry, or physics. So all of our students are very well focused in science and maths, and a lot of them go on to university to study these subjects further. But we also have some other interesting subjects, including fine art, performing arts, and textiles, Chinese as well, is also offered as an A-level. So plenty of different options for girls to choose. In year 12, which is the first year of A-level, students will also complete an additional qualification, which is called a CMI qualification. This is a level 3 qualification that we were actually the first school in the UK to offer this as an additional qualification. And what this is in management and leadership. So the girls will have this additional qualification alongside their A-levels that they're studying. Of course, this is excellent for the girls because, of course, it builds those management and leadership skills. It also helps when students go on to apply for university, as they have this additional qualification on their resume, on their university application. And of course, it helps further on when they go on to apply for a job as well. So being one of the only schools in the UK to offer this qualification, this puts the girls at Adcote School in a distinct advantage. Some of our university destinations, similar ones to Middleton College actually. So yes, we have, as I mentioned, students go on to all the excellent Russell Group universities in the UK, and students also go on to Oxford and Cambridge. So we had two students go on to Oxford from the year group just graduated. So yeah, excellent university destinations, and a lot of our students go on to study sciences or maths or STEM subjects in general at university. So our boarding and pastoral care. So as you saw from the main building, it's quite a large, old 500-year-old actually building. So our students, our younger students, so from the age of 9 up to 16, stay in the boarding house, which is within the main building. So it's on the top 2 floors of the main building. This is where the girls will stay. This boarding house has a combination of rooms, dormitory type rooms with 5 or 6 beds in, and this is for our younger students. So from 9 years old upwards, they tend to be in a group together, which is obviously much better for them. As they get older, the rooms get smaller. So, you know, as they get towards 15, 16 years old, they will be in twin rooms, or they may have a room to themselves, depending on their preference. So there are a variety of different rooms available within the boarding house for the younger girls. For our A-level students, so 16 to 18, there is a separate boarding house, Aston Hall. This is literally a 2-minute walk away from the main building, but still within the school territory. Aston Hall is about 3 years old, so it's a very new building, and this has twin rooms with ensuite bathrooms. Currently, at the moment, the boarding house actually has space for students to have a room to themselves. So in most cases, our sixth form students have a room to themselves and an ensuite bathroom as well. So again, more privacy, study space as well. There is an area on the ground floor that has, you know, comfy chairs, TV, games console if they would like to relax. Also a kitchen area as well where they can, you know, make a drink or a snack if they need to. Same again as Middleton College, students are allowed to stay during the half-term holidays. And there are a lot of Adcote workshop and activities focused on cultural awareness, integration, and settling into the UK. So our international students are very positive and very proud of the countries that they're from. So often we will have activities based upon our students' nationality. So for example, they will have a Spanish tapas night, which is put on by our Spanish students, or you know, when it's Chinese New Year, our Chinese students will prepare activities based upon this. So we have lots of different cultural activities that take part throughout the year. And all of these help our students to learn more about the world around them. And of course, there are activities that help them with life in the UK as well. So there is a lot of integration and learning about the world around them. Activities, again, this is just a handful of activities that Adcote actually offers. So as you can see, there are a number of sports on offer at Adcote School. So gymnastics in particular, this is a very popular sport at Adcote. We also offer netball, hockey, badminton, tennis, ballet as well, swimming lessons for students interested in swimming. We have 13, I believe, 14 different music and orchestral groups. So for students that play musical instruments or sing, we have so many different options for those students, different groups, different age groups, or different instrumental groups. So there are plenty of different options as well. We also have a performing arts qualification called LAMDA. This is offered by the London Academy of Music and Drama. And this is a performing arts qualification that students can take part in as well. So far, all the students that have taken part in the LAMDA qualification have received a distinction, which is the highest grade possible. So it's been a very successful time with this qualification as well for students that are interested. There is also the STEM Club, which is very popular, especially as I mentioned, students going on to study sciences or maths at university. So the STEM Club does lots of different activities and excursions during the year as part of the club. And we even have a tea party club, which is a club for students. Generally, it's international students that are interested in this group. but it's a chance to sit down, drink some tea, and learn about British values, traditions, history, and all the different elements of life in the UK. So this one is also quite popular with our international students. That is a video about our boarding experience. So this is from Maria, one of our Russian-speaking students from Ukraine. The video does not work, but if anyone would like to see that video, please do get in touch and I'll be very happy to share it. So again, the application process in fact is identical to Middleton College. So submission of application documents, the entry test and online interview. Of course, then the student will receive an offer, submit the payment, receive their cash document from us and apply for their visa, fill in the enrollment forms and arrive at the school, exactly the same as Middleton College. So that is Adcote School. I can see that we've got a couple of questions. Very happy to answer those. Do the students from Russia have the chance to enter British colleges after finishing your schools? Yes, Alina, absolutely. So the majority, I would say 99% of our students following studying at Adcote School will go on to a university or a college in the UK. As I mentioned previously, we've had some students go on to study in America if they chose to do so, or in a couple of cases, students have gone back to their home country to study, which is absolutely fine. But I would say the vast majority of our students, pretty much all of them, will go on to a university in the UK following studying at Adcote School. This is, well, the support that they receive throughout their A-levels is from a team that specializes in UK universities. And of course, that team will assist them with university applications, especially for international students, how they, you know, the application process is slightly different for international students. So of course, that team is dedicated to helping them choose the course that they would like to choose the university which is best for them. And of course, they'll go on to study at university in the UK. Maria, my daughter is 9 now, one is better to try to apply for Adcote. So Maria, we actually accept girls from the age of 9. I mean, 9 is quite a young age. Usually our boarders that are 9 and 10 years older from the UK. Of course, if you were happy for your daughter to apply to Adcote School now, that would be absolutely fine. If you wanted to wait a couple of years, if she's quite young or perhaps not confident moving abroad, then we would be happy to accept from the age of 11 as well, which is when our sort of students begin secondary education. So my answer is completely up to you. If you are confident with your daughter beginning at 9 years old, that's a possibility if you would like to do that. If you would like to wait perhaps a couple of years until she's got a bit older, then we'd be very happy to accept her maybe in a year or 2 years. It's completely up to you. For students that join at that age, so from 9, 10, 11, they will take part in general British education. So that is a combination of subjects, maths, English, humanities subjects, all the different subjects that are offered really. And this gives them a general education that will help them to go on to choose their GCSEs and then their A-levels. So yeah, the answer is it's entirely up to you based on your decision. That is everything from me. They're my 2 presentations. Thank you very much, everyone, for your attention this morning. It was great to speak with you all. And yeah, if you have any other questions, please do feel free to get in contact with me or with JNS, and they'll be sure to help you as well.
Thank you, Joel.